Hello, everybody.
Are in charge.
Okay, that's the last time.
This is Doubtfire joining us for the M14 Medic Garage.
That's right.
What's up?
You know, stuff.
Things with stuff.
Stuff and things? I wanted to apologize to everyone who's listening who got a message from me at early Tuesday and Wednesday morning. It was a late.
Didn't.
Quite a few. But
Hey, Luke, I feel your pain. Sorry.
it's okay.
That is funny like crazy.
Yeah, take it easy, Luke. This is recorded, dude. So,
Yeah, like you could listen later.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Like- You could find it on YouTube or Facebook anytime you want.
Screw it. I'm here.
Trooper, man.
Welcome.
Oh,
Why in the hell won't new notes come up on my iPad?
I don't know. Do better.
Yeah, I try.
What's up, Francois? Let's start this off with a bang. Francois has been commenting on our previous video from Tuesday.
okay.
He asked, I don't have it up, but he said, where can I find parts and furniture, I think is what he said, to fit his Maccabee defense build to make it look like a C7A1? And I said,
Maccabee? Wow.
yeah. And I said, well, Nordic Marksman generally has furniture.
Oh, they have a really good parts kit right now. C8, A1, or an A or A or B kit. I can't remember what the. So I was looking at the gun nuts. $800, right?
Let me look. Nordic. Well,
Yeah. But he's
I was
looking for a nostalgic build, isn't he?
yeah, I don't know. Let me see here.
I thought that's what I saw.
But yeah, the nostalgic build, like to make it look like probably his old service rifle or something.
Mhm.
C7A1's the 20-inch, I believe, right? So,
Oscar's here.
Oscar.
Oscar.
Luke, heart attack watching this is well worth it. Well, God hates a coward, man.
That's right.
I'm looking on Nordic's website. Let me just go.
Just a second. I found it in Gun Nuts. I was in the EE looking for some crap and things and stuff, and I found it there. I'll try to find it here now.
Cold Canada Botswana furniture bundle. That's cool.
That would be cool, right?
But it just looks like Magpul shit.
Uh,
Overrun Magpul furniture from the Botswana contract. That's exactly why. Okay.
there you go.
Yeah.
Just
Cool. But yeah, like they have like actual green, like
C8 parts bundles according to Gun Nuts. Here, I'm gonna. Sorry, guys. Just let me share screen.
see it.
Share
I got it.
Share.
Ooh. For a $7.95, that's cheap.
Yeah. So you're sharing the screen or no?
I can.
Well,
What
I
do you do?
can. I was trying to share a screen.
Just do it then.
Just do it then.
Quit fucking around. Quit fucking around. Let's
Won't
go.
let me.
Jackass!
Come on,
Okay.
damn it.
What?
I'll beat you to it.
Boom.
Oh,
You got it?
You guys see it there?
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
cool.
this looks pretty cool.
That is
The
really
C8's
cool.
parts bundles just
Yeah.
arrived.
Well, no, those uppers are from their overrun of the Danish uppers, I believe, that they had, and they're very well worn. I know a few guys who have had them,
Well,
but
if
they're
you-
still Cold Canada tobacco, right?
yeah,
So-
and you're looking at $8.95 for this kit. The A kit with the Ernie vinyl acetate coated aluminum C8 buttstock.
$7.95 on the website.
And this one is a $7.95.
Oh, okay.
B is $7.95.
Ooh, okay.
So that is actually a really good freaking buy. That would be.
Bye.
Oh, I want one so bad now.
That's a
Why
great
would-
bye.
That's a great bye. Anyways,
We're not the Fog Life Buys podcast.
are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go
I'm
back to
aspiring
StreamYard
to
now,
be-
and I am going to. How do I
You see where it says
remove?
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, shut up.
Sorry,
Siri.
guys. I'm still StreamYards retarded.
You'll receive no judgment here.
Anyways, so if Francois if that's what he's looking for, this is like the answer.
Here, Francois. Just for you, bud. Boom. That's direct link to the website.
Well, it's
For
the
one of them.
Elcan optic too. Jeez, you don't want much.
No, but looking for those, like I had one of those Elcan style with the green rubber and all that shit without the tritium in it, and it was, I think I picked it up for $700.
And they're like crazy. No, they're way more money than that.
They are now, but 2 years ago when I got it, I bought it from Gun Nuts for $700 without the tritium insert, and then I traded that in my build, the cheap little 10.5 build. And it wasn't cheap; it was actually worth around $2,000. But to local guy Andrew for my side by side. So yeah.
Well, I can honestly say I've looked at the Eclans a couple times, and at $2,500 or $4,000,
Gazoon?
crazy.
Gesundheit?
What?
Say that again. You looked at the what?
I've looked at the Eclans before. Eclans?
Elcan?
Elcan?
It's probably made by some French motherfucker
Overcomplicated.
somewhere. But anyways,
You're probably one of those guys before you knew me called me Roos.
Kahert?
that's why your last name was Rooster.
Quert. I know. That's the thing. Rouse, Rouse, spelled exactly like, well, aside from the first letter, fucking house, mouse, and louse. And yet everybody's Roos. Don't fucking overcomplicate it. God damn
Just a
it.
second.
Yeah. There are other reasons why my buddies called me Rooster, but we won't get into that.
It's because your cock rises at 5 a.m. or what? When the sun
Just
comes
a
up?
fucking dick.
Sorry.
Jeff, don't let John talk.
Talk anymore.
That's- I've given up.
So
Yeah, John
if
Clan
you're
Rogers.
building an AR, this is pretty much the perfect example right here.
Wow.
What is that?
That's Troy.
Troy.
Do you
Before
call him Troy?
No, they're actually called Tra.
T Roy. It's a black rifle. It's T Roy.
Are you sure it's not Tree-Wah?
T Roy.
No. It doesn't
Actually,
come from down east.
It is that's a northern defense, isn't it?
It is. Northern Guard.
Northern Guard. That's what it is.
That is nice.
I like that buttstock.
It's a minimalist.
Yeah.
It's,
Kurt, that's what you should get for your build. Look at that fucking thing right there.
Yeah, I could do it. I could make it work. But
anyways, I just think these are just fucking phenomenal.
yeah, for sure, man.
This is
How long is that barrel?
10.3
I was
inches.
gonna say 11 and a half.
John, your dad wants to come on the show. How can I get talking on this?
Oh my goodness.
Tom, we're not
Bring him
John
on.
Gormley. You can't call in.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh god. Oh, and Francois. Okay, another question. What do you think of the Maple Ridge fluted 8.18.6 223 wild? Yes. Anything Maple Ridge, go for it.
I noticed
Nobody likes a quitter, Luke.
Yeah.
Oh,
Quitters quit.
We got to stop pushing at the same time.
I literally pushed it after you did, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Or before you did. Haven't had a smoke. Good job.
Francois was asking earlier about 223 wild chamber.
Mm-hmm.
What we thought of it. And I mean, what is it really? It's just somewhere in between, a little bit different, so you can shoot both 5.56 and 223 on it, right?
Is John calling his dad?
I'm calling my dad right now.
Can I call a friend or my dad?
Yo, Johnny.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, I'm watching this and I'm thinking I wouldn't mind getting on there and giving you one more. But anyway,
Here's your chance.
Yeah, no.
Well, you're on the air, caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Conspiracy Kevin.
I'm watching this
I think Dad's still listening to the radio
Yeah.
call. This is like a
And done.
Boom.
Yeah. And
That's a rookie move. When you call into the radio program, you got to turn off the radio or at least
Exactly.
turn it down.
Yeah, boots and salutes.
have Tom read the sponsor page.
You think I talk bad? Jesus.
I bet you Tom knows how to pronounce Elcan.
I'm not even sure my dad knows what that is.
It's a type of beer they sold back in the 50s. That
That's
was,
right.
had an L on it on the can.
E-Clan is a gang in Regina.
Yeah. Cool. So what have you guys been up to last couple days?
Work, really.
I've been
Yeah.
reorganizing and working from home sucks for starters.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Constantly
it.
getting interrupted by children and spouses. And then I've been cleaning up the loading area and the workbench and reorganizing some stuff. And I blame Sean for this, but I ordered a whole crap ton of MTM boxes, and I wound up getting some those mag carriers, that hold 15 AR mags.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I quickly realized that I have way more than 30 AR mags, so that's a problem.
Well, you
How is that a
like,
problem? That sounds like you don't have enough.
Well, I didn't buy enough of the totes, but I managed to fit like the one they're designed to hold 15 mags, but I was actually able to jam 22 mags in the 15 rounder.
Oh, I thought you only got like 18 in there.
Well, there's
You tried to
three
bu-
rows. There's 3 rows of
busted
mags of 5. and
Go
then you
grab
got
it.
one,
Throw
one in
those in.
between each one, and then on the outside edge. Oh,
We got nothing better to do. Go get it. Let's show people what they're talking about.
Oh,
It's actually pretty cool.
CG63. No. Damn it, Jeff. No.
What's a CG63?
That's that 6.5 Sweet, isn't it? That I can't
No.
remember who. Jeff, help us out here.
Yeah, Swedish target rifle from Tradex.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
6.5. Oh, that's cool.
It is really cool. Jeff has a really nice one. He's got some
Okay.
great peeps on it too,
Carl
and,
Gustav
and he can shoot it. Yep.
and CG. There you go. Oh yeah, there's the case.
oh,
Cool.
oh, I'm grunting.
No way.
Anyway, this is the 15 rounder and how I've got my mags jammed in there. So
Did
There's
you have
actually-
to recut the foam or something?
it's actually a pre-cut foam. So
I know it is, but
I got a third.
recut. I said.
No, I didn't have to cut nothing.
Oh, okay.
On the side, I got a 30 over here. Got a bunch of 20s tucked in. So yeah, there's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 mags in here. So
Where are you going, John? Looks like you're packing up.
well, it's funny, but I it took me several hours to actually track down all of my mags.
Is that right?
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, fellas.
Da Borgia. Salute.
Cool.
And here's the other one.
Okay, does it look like the first one?
No, well, it does, but it doesn't.
CG63 is probably the best gun for the money available today. For $500 to $600, you get a rifle that would be $2,500 if they made them today, says Oscar Long.
What is the CG63?
Carl Gustav in 6.5 by 55, I think.
Do you remember that
Case.
that old thing that
The
Jeff
straight pull?
had? I know he had it at my place.
That's right. We shot it at the military shoot at his place last year, didn't we?
Okay, probably, yeah.
Oh,
And-
maybe you didn't. You didn't stick
No,
around
I didn't.
the second day.
Well, I was kind of relegated to passenger duty that weekend, so I really didn't have much to say.
No, Francois, what he's talking about. So I'm on trade here. I'll just share this shit. Let's
6.5
go.
by 55 Swede. Is
Whoa,
what that
that's
CG
sketchy.
is.
Yeah, this is it here. So can I zoom in? Let's zoom in.
Jeff.
6.5 by 55, very good. Good to very good bore. 1895 Carl Gustav receiver. So you know it's fucking bulletproof, no pun intended. With a diopter sight, soldering diopter.
Mhm.
Cool.
Actually, pretty cool, actually.
They are really
And there's
cool.
only one of those, but you know how TradeX works. They got a whole bunch of so they got a few of them.
And a couple of sea cans out back somewhere.
Fuck, that's cool. $469 for.
Yeah, Jeff's got one, shoots really well, and Jeff can shoot it really well.
There we go.
I don't know. Typical for me, I just sink my money into long range shit, and I'm quite happy. Well, I've been quite happy that way.
Well,
I
I
just
am.
about bought one. Just I had a deal going with a guy on Gun Nuts, and then my mom came down with more cancer shit, and I had to take care of her. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen there, whether I was going to have to quit my job for a while to care for her, and so that just never happened, and I never revisited it. So,
When was this?
oh god, that was 2017, the
Oh,
last
okay.
time. Now she's in bad shape again. She just got the news yesterday, so.
That's not good, Kurt. Sorry to hear that.
Well, you know what, man? It's it gets to a point after a while. This is, I think, the 5th time or some damn thing. And like you just kind of get a little numb, you know. And that's life. It seems harsh to some people, I'm sure, but whether you like it or not, that's fucking reality.
It's life, you know.
Life. That's how it goes. You make choices, and in some ways you don't have choice. Genetics plays a role. You just fucking live with it. I told my mom last night when we were talking on the phone. I said, "Well, listen, maybe all you can do now is think about it this way: all the fucking shit that's going on in this world, all the stuff that my kids are gonna have to go through.
Yep.
You don't have to see that shit. In a way, you're lucky.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't have to see that shit. So hey, look at the better stuff. You've been struggling for years now. Maybe this is good. Maybe your struggle's close to over.
Yeah.
So
It's always a shit sandwich through and through, right?
That's right.
But you know, and I've said this tons before that about me. If I ever get to that point where I have no quality of life, or the quality of life that I want, I don't mind being old, but to struggle all the time and be in pain and all that kind of shit, you know what? Fucking whack me in the back of the head with a post. Or like I say to everybody, all my family, they think I'm joking. I'm not. Wheel me out into the bush, pour bacon grease all over me, give me back to nature. I'm good. I took
Bacon
from
grease,
nature
eh?
a lot. Absolutely. Well, listen, it's good for me. It's good for the animals. I like it. They like it. Everybody's all smiles.
In the end, we're all worm food.
I just hope the Bears get there before the Ravens, because the Ravens will go right after my eyes and my arsehole. I don't want that.
Would Ravens do that first? I'd be more concerned about the coyotes and foxes going through your asshole first.
No, the Ravens will get there first, guaranteed. Ravens and Magpies, and they'll go right for the eyes. They always do.
Yeah.
Every
The tongue. And
So scroll back up on the chat here. Luke says, "Holy crap! I'm nowhere near set up for mags like that for any of my firearms. Good for you. Must take a while to figure out the best setup in the ammo boxes." Well, Luke, I'm not going to lie. There may have been 2 or 3 hours of skullfuckery going on there while that happened, with multiple pictures into our little podcasters chat about that.
I'm trying to work at home on my computer. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
it's on a conference call with my boss. And he's like, "What's that sound?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
Anyway, Scobes is here.
And here, let's light the fire. Kurt, why don't you tell us a story?
When I met you at your range a few years ago in your process of developing a wildcat, I think it was a 6.5 of some kind. 6.5 rooster? Yeah. How did that ever turn out?
Yeah,
Next
here we
question.
Well, I have a visual representation. Just a second.
Leave it to Scobes to stir the pot, eh?
Oh, it's good though, man. 6.5 rooster. Let me see. That's a 6 SLR. All right.
This is how mine turned out, Scobie.
Yeah.
I've had this
clean.
How long have I had this this barreled action set up? I had it in a stock and scope mounted, and then I wound up taking the stock for something else, taking the scope off it for something else. And
I'd like
How
to
long have
take
you had
this
it now?
opportunity to say, as kindly as I can, go fuck yourself.
yeah, it's got to be close to a year and a half, eh? Isn't it, Kurt?
You're
Since we got the
kind.
tubes?
You're kind tonight for some reason. No, it was. You know what? Steve had those rifles done, I believe, in May 2018, my friend.
Wow, has it been that long? It's almost 2 years now,
April or May.
and we're still waiting on dies from. I'm going to say it. Danny at Blue Chip Precision has had our reamer and our go and no go gauges and some brass and some once fired brass for since April of 2018,
No.
and we still don't have fucking dies yet.
Okay. The one with the bullet in it is a 6.5 Creedmoor. The one without is the 6.5 Rooster. Now the difference there is they're virtually the same length. There's only a wee bit of difference. I think there's 40 thou of overall case length difference. Mine has a longer neck, but the thing is, it's built on a 284 case. So the capacity is, what did we say, John? The Rooster's got
58.
versus the Creedmoor at 56 or 55.
54, I thought. Depends on the brass, I think. Kelly's here. Hey, Kelly.
I'm typing it right now.
Hola.
Hola, Kelly. Hello, Clarice.
Hey, Francois, how do you like that Falcon scope? A more scope than I need. I've heard there's that. There's always that.
Remember that first time I came out to your range, Kurt?
Bye bye.
Way back in the day. Why are you at your mom's? And Kurt broke his chair. Remember back that first time I ever came to your range and I had that 308 Savage, that 10 TR, I think, Savage?
Yeah, with that shit ugly stock. God, I hated those things.
Yeah, that choked.
Well,
I want to sell that choke for more money than I spent on it. But
Yeah, I like choke stocks, man.
I actually had a Falcon Menace 6-24 by 50 on there.
What was that?
And what I really liked about that scope was the turret adjustments were bang on reliable. They were awesome, but the glass was not that great.
Yeah, that's where I've noticed, especially as I age, my eyes require a lot more. Yeah, a lot like a jar lid. Yeah, absolutely. I think he is a jar lid. Well, honestly, Oscar, you gotta give him a little, because he's been playing with the damn thing for almost 2 years and never fired a shot out of it. So there's that. Soon, I hope. I've modified my process, and it's a lot of manual labor, but I can get some rounds spun up for it. All right. Why is my chair being a... Oh, well. I guess I'm low rider this episode.
You can tilt your computer screen so the camera is at a lower angle.
Nope, I'm good. This is enough. Nobody wants to see more than that anyway. If they want to see any of it. Offside.
Oh, jeez.
Well, this is about you guys tonight. So,
Dude, Rudenbush.
John, you need another 1022?
Funny you should mention that. A guy on Gun Nuts offered me 2 Ruger 1022 Deluxes in trade for my CZ 223. This is the same guy that offered it to me about a month ago.
Oh,
I'm not sure I need another 2 1022s. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh
I got 7 or 8 1022s already.
You have a heavy barrel in there somewhere?
Oh, Kelly wants me to show more. Ooh, take you to the gun show, Kelly.
Kelly, you need to get out more.
Yeah.
Tons of fun.
Do you have a heavy barrel 1022 in there somewhere?
Me?
Yeah.
I do. Well,
You do.
it's a heavy barrel, but it's a short barrel because I have a weight restriction because I got these little girly arms.
Yeah.
That's not your Taxol you're talking about.
Well, that's not really a heavy barrel.
No,
It's just large in diameter.
that's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's all about the girth, man.
No, I've got a
right.
1022 in a Hogue overmold stock with a straight 4-power on it actually, and it's an 11-inch McGowan on there, which is a 0.92-inch barrel.
nice.
But the thing shoots like a house on fire. So
with
yeah.
what ammo?
How does a house on fire shoot?
According to a lot of people, real well.
Oh, okay.
Never been able to pick that one up, but anyway.
it seems to like European, like Ely and
Oh, yeah.
Lapua ammo. It also shoots American Eagle 38 grain hollow points into respectable size groups. I don't know why. It's just like my. It's weird, but like my CZs, all of my CZs seem to prefer the Ely over like SK or Lapua.
Oh,
But my American-made firearms seem to prefer the Ely over the. And we're talking like, I don't know. It's been a long time since I papered that short-barreled one, but usually it's a great out-the-window gopher gun if that makes any
yeah.
sense. So
Oh, it makes a lot of sense here.
yeah,
I was really pleased to see that 452 of mine shoot that CCI standard velocity as well as it did.
oh for sure.
It's like half the price of the less than half the price of the Lapua, half the price of the SK, and it
Yeah.
shot that SK really, really well too. Two different types of that.
Would you do you want some more SK or no?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to go buy a couple of bricks of that standard velocity and just run. Hell with it. And
Well, it's funny you say that, but I've got a couple of flats of the SK rifle match. So
what a
Ooh.
shock.
yeah,
Question for Sean. Finally, something I can talk about. Well, you spelled Geisley wrong, but what do you think of the Geisley trigger for that C7 build? Well, what Geisley trigger?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, aren't there?
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with
Overall, though. Right. Exactly. Yeah. You're gonna get
I'm partial to trigger text myself. I've never owned a Geisley though, so I couldn't tell you.
I have a super semi auto in my competition rifle. Love it.
Love it.
Love it. It very tactile, audible reset. It's not flat; it's the standard curve, but I like that as well. Yeah, and relatively cheap. I think I paid like I want to say around 200 bones when I got it. So
Yeah, the last Geisley
a
I
while
saw
ago then.
in the store was like 400. So
oh,
the trigger
it's been a
text
while.
just under 3 now, I think.
Well, you can get a diamond for 4 and change. I think
Yeah.
that's the cat's ass.
I've always been a big fan of the primary triggers. I like to have a little. I don't
Yeah.
like triggers that you look at sideways and it releases a sear. So I
Yeah.
like to have a. Let's face it, a 1.5 pound trigger is aces in my book as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
I'm
But
far too much a field guy to go any less really than 2 pounds.
Well, and really on an
1.5
AR,
maybe.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're not gonna want a ton of, like you're not gonna want a 1.5 on an AR. It's you're gonna go between 3 and 5 at least.
Depends on what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you're blasting, you need to feel that reset so you can get your cadence going and yada yada yada.
Yeah. So there was another question here, just up from that one that you posted. What bullet weight in the 6.5, Kurt? That's from Orange Scaffell.
Oh, Oren. Well, you know what? Originally, when John and I designed this thing, can we say we designed it? We came up with a bastardized version.
I think what happened was you had a really good idea in your mind, and you let me stick my 2 cents in, and we made it worse.
Well, that's I guess, buddy. That's kind of what friends do. They let each other pollute the other's minds.
Let's say you guys have the IP on the gun.
Yeah. But what we thought was that Berger 130 AR hybrid. The reason it was developed by Berger was to accommodate mag length 260s in AR 10s, right? And to be a really jump tolerant bullet, yet have a good enough ballistic coefficient to compete with the 140 hybrids and the other 140 class bullets out there. And I just can't remember the literature now, but the BC is up there for a 130. I just can't remember exactly what it is.
Give me a minute.
Compared to various 140s. But so whatever, we decided to go that way. And because of that and the length of our neck and all that kind of stuff, we ended up with essentially a zero throat for that reamer. And it chambered perfectly. There you go. Now, yeah. What is it? What is that BC there, John? Sorry. That was a 500 BC on that?
560 for a G1 and a 287 G7.
So that's not too damn shabby. And the whole purpose around the 6.5 Rooster was, well, not the entire purpose, I suppose, but the 6.5 Creedmoor thing. You know, the Creedmoor boys, while it is a good cartridge, there were so many of them, and I still see it there. I have a 6.5. Well, fuckface, a 6.5 what? But to those guys, it is the only 6.5. So
yeah. Well, it's because they never heard of it before there was a Creedmoor.
That's a huge part of it for sure. But I've told you guys before, I have a very engorged fuck you center in my brain. You know, the 6.5 Creedmoor guys, wow, the 260 sucks because you're running the mag length issues and all that kind of shit. And again, it's one of those, well, not if you know what the fuck you're doing, but to make the 6.5 Rooster about the same as the same length as the 6.5 Creedmoor, yet have a fair bit more powder capacity. It was a lot of fuck you. Yeah. So running the 130 would have given us that much more velocity. I can't remember my numbers now from the initial testing with the 130s, easily going 31.25, I believe, feet per second. And it was, I ran into pressure at about 30, just right around 3,200, 3190 or something like that. So I backed it off to an easy 31.25. And everybody's happy, and fuck you, Creedmoor guys. But now what I've done since, and especially since I've gotten this 6.5 by 47, I think the 6.5 by 47 really shines with the lighter bullets, the 130s, the 123s, things like that. So I'm gonna run that. And I've sent my rifle off to get throated out for my 6.5 Rooster rifle, to get throated out for the longer 140, 143, 147 class bullets. Because with the 58 grains capacity, is just a hair more than 260 Ackley, and another 2.5 grains more than 260. 3 or 4 grains more than the 6.5 Creedmoor. It should be able to push those 143s, 147s, 150s at a very respectable 28 or so plus. I'm thinking. So since I've improved my process here, even though I don't have dies, I can still create ammunition for testing. We'll see what it runs like.
Yeah, those would be like once fire, and then you can't resize them after they're fired. Basically.
Well, that's the thing. As soon as I get to the point where I need to push shoulders,
you're done. Yeah.
So
Oscar Long says, if you can get your hands on some Sterling Cross 22 long rifle, give it a try. Shoots way better than SK Standard, and the 3 of my 22s I've tried it in. 10-shot group at 50 yards from 0.6 from my Bruno number 4. So, funny story, Brad. So so we have Oscar Long and Brad Harder, and together they're Long and Harder. Brad and I were texting the other day.
Oh, wouldn't it be great if Oscar's
Before I
last
was
name
quarantined.
longer?
Long and Harder.
Longer and harder.
Anyways, Long and Harder.
Throw me in there, Heineman, Long, and Harder. There you go.
Anyways, we were talking about this stuff, and apparently it's made by RWS. And I sent Sterling Cross an email asking, inquiring about dealership opportunities, and that I'd like to start. I told him I have a very limited product line, but I'd like to add some 22 rimfire ammo to my product line. Trying to get, I didn't want to pay retail. I'll just put it that because it was expensive.
Oh,
But
God. I've
they
never
haven't
heard of that
called
stuff.
me back yet. I'm assuming it's because of the slowdown. It's not because I'm a small time operator. But I'm really looking to try some of that ammo. If somebody can find some for me, Oscar.
Where the
Maybe
hell would you
He was
get it?
also,
my way, Oscar.
Oscar
Just,
was also saying he was running his trigger. He says I run 1 to 1.5 pounds my 3-gun.
Yeah.
You know, good for you. I'm not going to risk a negligent discharge, but
Well, here's a man that's pulled the trigger probably a minimum of 750,000 times.
yeah, in the last year.
Yeah.
Oscar is the guy we know who likes to shoot gophers with a 375 H&H.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. From 10 yards.
Yeah. So Doug Rodenbush says, what are your thoughts on the binary triggers? Are
Ooh.
they even legal here? They only
Nope.
set 1 round for each pull of the trigger. I don't even know what he's talking about. Are he talking about the ones that fire around when you release or what?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what they call a binary.
So
the
you
push
pull, release, essentially.
Yeah, okay.
And it's more electronic.
Bang,
Big
bang.
in trap, isn't it?
Is
Don't
it?
know.
Yeah. Well, it was at one time. I don't know about now.
I think they were developed for ARs because to get around tax stamp laws in the States.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe.
Well, no, like I have my 11022 has it's a metal trigger group, and it's got a Timney drop-in trigger pack that drops in there. And I installed it incorrectly initially. And the first time I took it to the range, it would either fire when I released, or I figured out where to ride it just right in about 3 seconds, how to dump a mag in like a half a second. Because
No
the
kidding.
recoil of the rifle moving was enough to reset and then fire the trigger.
Holy smokes.
It was a hell of a lot of fun, but not quite what I was going for.
It's funny.
Oh, okay, what else we got here? Swiss was way older, was it not? At least that's a release trigger in shotguns, is what he's calling it. Okay, and Oscar, yeah. Huh.
Not electronic, totally mechanical. I thought it was, yeah, I know. I didn't. I'm not looking. Fine, I'll fucking look. Doug.
The link, goddammit. Meanwhile, while you guys are talking about that, I had a little fun today. I've
Oh, yeah.
243 Ackley. I've been playing with it, and so I started. I had about 23 rounds that wouldn't chamber in my Ackley. So this is I cream of wheat fireformed the cases, and then I used the fireformed cases to build a load for the rifle, and then I loaded the rest of the 200 cases I'd fired formed. I loaded them all with ammo on that load, shot that ammo, reloaded all the cases, and I neck sized all those cases. And I had 20 cases that would not chamber and 3 more that would kind of chamber, but not really.
Yeah.
So I decided to just say screw it and
revisit tomorrow. Probably
application
better to walk away.
one share. So I've got this is the picture of the come on, open up, you son of a gun. This is the picture of the you guys see that? Of the cases that I was trying to
Your pile.
in my pile. Those are the ones that wouldn't chamber. And these are I've got about 35 rounds left of this 200. So then I pulled
The full.
I dumped the powder, and then I resized the cases. And which one's better? I'm not sure if you can see, but when I bump back the shoulder, I full length resized these cases and neck sizing them. And this is a fired case, and this is a one that was full length resized. You can see that the shoulder kind of bowed in a little bit, right? And so then this is an unsized
That
case.
Kurt?
The size.
I'm still just showing the email screen.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh no, I've got his pictures.
Let's stop sharing. Screw it.
Sorry.
So you got a few issues.
So I had a few issues. So, anyways, I think I finally got the cases to chamber properly and everything else like that. And then I haven't seated bullets yet on those cases, but that's the end of my. That's the end of my. I guess that'd be 400 rounds downrange through that tube, which is about 50% of the lifespan on that barrel, I guess.
When was the last time you annealed those cases?
I haven't annealed them since I got them. They were Lapua cases, so they came annealed with annealing marks on them still. So I haven't annealed them yet. So that'll be that's something I'm thinking I should probably do before I resize these cases. I'm thinking the ones that are fired now, I'm going to full length resize all of them and go from there, I guess.
Where I'm going with this is if you're having trouble with collapsing shoulders now,
yeah,
I'm thinking they're soft, or
you think they're soft still? Okay, yeah,
or they've got you got some hang up issues inside that neck, or well, fuck, I don't know.
Well, the problem and this is the thing that kind of
you gotta take the ball out of there and eliminate variables.
Yeah,
and run through without an expander ball, see if it collapses the neck. If it doesn't, put your expander in there and then run it through. And if it does, then it's the expander ball, right? Just the variables thing. Yeah.
Well, the thing is I've now resized those 23 cases, so they're ready to get loaded in the chamber. And so then I've got to start thinking about what I'm going to do with the cases after I fire off this last 30 or so rounds. I was thinking I should probably take the rifle to the range and blast away a little bit and see what I got here. And I was debating about doing another little mini ladder to make sure that my load is still good. But if I take these 23 rounds to the range and everything is going where it's supposed to, that's
give her.
I'll leave it right where it is.
That's what I do.
That really surprised me about this barrel is when I was doing load development, the load that I settled on was at like 30, 50, 30, 60 feet per second with 105.
Yeah.
And now I'm at like 3280, 3290 with the 105s,
crazy.
which is absolutely insane. So this brings me to another thing that Andy Schultz, the guy that bought your 284 from you.
Yep.
He and I were talking, and he said one thing he's noticed is that you want to keep all of your target projectiles at around 3,000. You don't want to get too far over 3,000 feet per second, because he said in his experience, and he shoots a lot of F-class and FTR and all that kind of stuff, right? That once you get over 3,000, bullets aren't made well enough to be really predictable when you start shooting out there. And I just wondered if that was something that you'd noticed before too.
I think
I've read that
for sure. There's so many rifles and loads that I've seen shot best in that sort of 2850 to 2950 range. Jens has his 6.5 short action ultra mag. All the things you read about that says about 3050. So maybe there's a little bit of buffer zone there for some of those bullets there. A lot of the time, guys talk about optimal barrel time, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
I think there's something to that, 2900, 2950 range that it's just an anomaly that
Hi, Rena.
that we might see with stabilization and upset of whatever sort, whether it's jacket or lead spinning it at that 53,000 RPM or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it. I mean, you can get let's take a 22 250 with a 40 grain bullet of your choice.
Yeah.
And you can sling those suckers out there at $4,000, 4,100, 4,200, maybe even if you're brave enough. And
Yeah.
a lot of guys brag about that, if that's your thing, which is great. If that's your thing. But they're hunting coyotes or down in the States, prairie dogs and all that kind of stuff at 300 to 400 yards, sort of thing. And it might hold up. But what Andy's talking about, I believe, is that sort of threshold area when you're looking for points at 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
So you take that same 22-250 and you run, let's increase the bullet weight, say an 80 or an 85 or something like that, and say you can get it up to 3,100 or 3,150, 3,200, something like that. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe in a 22-250 Ackley. Is it going to hold together like your 40 grain coyote load? And I would say probably not.
Yeah.
Like you get into, like, look at what Hornady did with their the tips that they put on their bullets, like the AMAXs and the VMAX, the ELDMs and ELDXs and stuff like that. They actually what do I want to say? Redid their recipe for that polymer tip.
They did, yeah.
Because they were supposedly, anyways, they were finding that their tips were melting or decaying to some degree, right? And I think probably a lot of that has to do with some of the hotter cartridges, like the 6.5 short action Ultra Mag and what else is there? 6.5 PRC, that 6.5 Weatherby, whatever the heck the proper name is for that, all that kind of stuff. Guys were probably seeing some real shitty accuracy once they get up into that 3,200 feet per second range. The 26 Nosler is another smoker. Things like that. Andy, I think, is probably onto something.
Well, and I just to come full circle back around to that one, I guess the reason I was going there was I was debating if I should drop down to my lower velocity accuracy node that I saw during load development and do some testing there, because if I can stretch the barrel life to 1,400 rounds on that 243,
you might be able to do it, John. And really, with what you're shooting, does that steel feel an extra 150 feet per second? So bring that thing back down to just over, like 3,025, 3,040, 50, whatever. See what it does there.
Yeah.
And often what I've seen is not necessarily, it seems like your velocity directly correlates with where your barrel is most happy. It's not necessarily your powder charge that it likes. It's the velocity, the velocity output that your barrel likes, right? And I think it goes back to that optimal barrel time theory, that it spends this long in the barrel, and your barrel vibrates. Remember when you were a kid, the door stops, the spring door stop, and you used to sit there and flick it, and it did that figure eight? Well, that's the same thing. Exactly. Man, that was hours of entertainment for this retard. But anyway, I still do that on occasion when I'm supposed to be at home working. But that's exactly what your barrel does in a microscopic way. So if a barrel of a given material, given density and length does come into play a little bit, but those nodes, that's what they talk about when you're doing a ladder or an optimal barrel time, or what's the other method there, John, that you like to use?
Optimal charge weight.
Optimal charge weight. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's not the optimal charge weight. If you can, that's the node, that circle 8 thing that it's doing. There's nodes in there. So if you can get that bullet coming out at the same time,
Same point. You want it to be like, just say your barrel's
at a
going
stop
up
point.
and down, right? You want to have it in the middle, not at the top, not at the
No.
bottom. You want to have it in the middle.
No,
where
you
it's
want
coming.
to have it at a stop point. And it's not actually a stop point, but it's a slow down point. When it changes direction, when you're coming to the apex of a circle, it's got to slow down, especially if it's oh God, not a circle, but an oval,
An oscillating thing.
So when you're passing through the center, it's at its highest speed, actually, or damn close, because it's straight run.
Yeah.
You get to the top of that, and it's slowing down to change direction, and then picking up speed again.
Yeah.
So that's your slowest point, and the bottom of that figure eight is your other slowest point. So those two are nodes. The one in the middle.
See, I thought the one in the middle was the node, because if you're over or under on your load, it's still going to be in that general vicinity of where it's in the middle.
You son of a bitch.
That's what I read in some article sometime in something.
I'm gonna say no. There's a chance that it will get there, and you'll show some stability, but it's coincidental.
Yeah,
it's when your barrel's slowing down, and then picking up speed again. That point of transfer, top and bottom, is where you'll find your nodes. This here, there's far too much speed either side to have coincidental. How do I want to describe that? Coincidental velocities, coincidental vibrations, whatever.
Yeah.
Man, that was long. And
we're starting to get into the science of shooting. Here.
Sorry.
So
I'm just sitting here listening, man.
Doug says I ran a 243 Winchester at 3,600 feet per second with a 60 grain hollow point from an Alpine heavy barrel. Worked great for yotes up to 400-ish as long as you didn't hit a blade of grass. I believe that.
That's an old thing. They used to talk about that with the 253,000, right? And you get naysayers with every damn thing. Savage came out with the 250 and with an 80 grain bullet, I believe it was, hit 3,000 feet per second, and all the old 3855 guys were like, "That's too fucking fast. That's bullshit. Hit a blade of grass and you won't hit your target." I have trouble believing that. I don't doubt that it has some effect. But a large effect, I doubt it.
Hey, before we get on to Shane, Luke has a great question.
He does.
Just wondering if you guys managed to sell it yet. Well, hey, come on now, Sean. He does that every comment. Just wondering if you guys managed to sell it yet on the 1022 draw, and when is it going to be drawn? Whenever. I think he meant whoever wins. But it's going to have a good time playing. Well, abso-fucking-lutely.
We have 6 tickets left at this point. I don't have a lot of hope that we're going to sell those 6 tickets, but we have 6 tickets left, and then we're gonna draw on Saturday, irregardless.
I'm going to take those.
He did that on purpose.
Oh God. Bespoke.
That's right. That's right. Well, the chances of us drawing right now are pretty slim. But, so Shane says here, love 204 Ruger, but the barrel life is not great on them. My buddy and I toned back our 204 hand loads to 3,800 feet per second from 4,200 feet per second for accuracy and barrel life. Wonder how barrel life would be with a polygonal chrome-lined barrel with these ridiculous fast calibers. Well, Shane, I can for sure.
Barrel life would probably be a lot greater,
but your accuracy would be shit.
Yeah.
So the problem here's the reason why. Okay.
So then
they can't when you make a barrel and you cut the bore and you cut your rifling, barrel makers are able to keep very close tolerances on that. But when they know that barrel is going to be chrome lined, they have to open up those tolerances so there's room for the chrome. And the chrome is a chemical treatment, so they have to dip the barrel in a chrome bath in order to get that chrome lining inside the barrel. The problem with that is you can't guarantee that you're going to get the same thickness of chrome throughout the whole barrel, and you can't cut it after it's chromed to true it up. So you're
Not only
always
that, John, but in the corners,
Yeah.
like chrome has a tendency to create a radius
Yeah.
rather than conform exactly to that square corner. Now, how that would be in a 5R barrel, I don't know, or a micro groove barrel, I don't know, but I don't know that it's ever been really tried too much either.
Well, no, that's not to say that chrome barrels don't shoot. It's just a lot less common to have a chrome barrel that
Less
shoots.
likely, yeah.
Yeah, just for that reason alone.
I wonder, Shane, what kind of barrel life are you getting? Have you burned out a 204 yet? And at what point did that burn out? I'm curious about that. You know, that's one thing I've never heard anybody say. Mind you, most 204 shooters are hunters, right?
That's right.
They're coyote hunters or rabbit hunters or whatever the fuck. Todd Wilson, hey, good to have you here, buddy. Fuck, man, I miss this guy. This guy is nothing but laughs. He came out several times last summer to my range, and fucking guy's a gamer. Looking forward to this summer, Todd. Jesus, it's
Luke
been
says
far too long.
we need to GoFundMe for Rooster to get a new mic. It seems to go on low volume. Funny you should mention that, Luke, but that was one of the stipulations to getting a.
How's this? How's this, you dirty sons of bitches?
But,
Is it that bad?
But Kurt reached
No,
into
it's
the
fine.
pocket and dropped like $200 on a Blue Yeti, and
then we all had to go get him.
so we all went and got a Blue Yeti because Kurt sounded so much fucking better. I personalized mine a little bit. I got a.
So you guys have the different one though. I've got the Nano, the black.
Oh yeah,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
you got the Junior.
The junior,
No, it's the Nano.
Yeah,
the junior.
I found a used one at Cashopolis, so fuck off.
it's supposed to be good though. Like, dude,
Hey, so far so good.
and you know what? It wasn't $200. It was 156. Prick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I bought the same one. I'm not going to say nothing. So
Okay. Well,
I was like, that thing's awesome.
you know what? I think the way I talk, I drop off a lot. I gotta stand in front of the mirror more.
You're
Instead
fine.
of just flexing all the time, practice my voice stuff.
Luke is on crack.
Yeah. Or something. Remember,
Well,
he just
hey,
had a heart attack. He's probably on some bad aspirin.
It's all his medication. All he hears is wee.
Yeah.
Francois says I'm in for 3 if I get paid tomorrow morning.
You know what,
God.
Francois? If you get 3, I will match it.
Good
Oh,
deal.
and sell it out.
Yeah. And then we can do the draw as quickly as we can.
Well, we're still going to do it on Saturday.
And like I said,
Regardless.
as quickly as we can, irregardlessly.
Shane says, no, I've not burned out one, but I've heard 1,600 rounds from some hardcore 204 guys shooting hot rounds.
Yeah, well, there again, there's that bit about how do you load it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
if he's
then you can
yeah, well,
expect.
if he's putting 20 grainers at
Yeah,
4,200,
yeah.
you know, I mean, like you're not concerned about barrel life if you're doing that. So, like, I'm very comfortable thinking that I'm going to get 800 to 1,000 accurate rounds on my 243 Ackley.
Oh yeah, you will.
But how many years has it been since I started shooting this new tube? Like, it's been, geez, it's got to be 3-4 years now, right? I'm only 400 rounds in, you know, because there's only so much shooting at distance you can do. Oh, is that Ithaca M37 prohibited?
And then
Depends on the overall length.
Oh, let me see what I don't even know what an Ithaca
I don't
M37 is.
It's a 37. It's a model 37. Like-
oh,
I brought the Chinese one over to your house, so we had a fuck of a time getting the transfer bar in. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. So that would be no, it's not prohibited by name.
No, but it could be prohibited by barrel length.
Yeah, and Shane very helpfully answered in the chat.
Of course, Shane would pop right up.
It's slam fire. I figured it would be. An Ithaca 37 is a slam fire. You hold the trigger back and you slam it forward. And
You
shoot fire.
can, yeah.
No, in fact, that is still a manual manipulation to make it fire. So
Yep.
that would be why it's not prohibited.
cool.
Nice cocktail jugs.
Okay.
We'll need to add a few.
My smoking crack comment. Nicely done, Luke. That's an excellent response to that one. Well, according to Shane, only the old ones and not the new ones.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Boom.
Slam the old and not the new.
Hey, one thing we didn't do that we always do is what are you drinking?
Oh,
What are we drinking?
I'm on the 40 Creek tonight
Ooh,
because fuck yeah.
because why not?
because you got 3 gallons of it.
That's right.
I'm
What
on
you, Kurt?
whatever the hell this is that John sent up today that he had last
Oh, that's from the other mic.
Tuesday. The
That's
other
from
mic.
other mic.
This stuff is I got to be careful because I think it'll remove Nancy's eyelashes.
Yeah, that is definitely rated as a sanitizing solution if
It's-
you wanted to do that.
It has a reasonably pleasant smell
It does.
and a kind of a decent taste. But as soon as you get it in your mouth, it starts to burn.
That means it's good.
Is that what that means? Oh, okay. I've had burning in other places, but it generally
that was-
wasn't good.
That was a different burning for a different
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. So it's interesting stuff for sure. I got a whole lot of Kool-Aid mixed in it. A lot.
Good job. What about you, Sean? What do you want tonight? Papa 12. Papa 12 Irish whiskey.
Damn it!
Da there, don't you both know there by the Irish whiskey.
Ah,
Oh,
It's
I
tasty
still
shit.
haven't located any of that stuff.
Fuck, dude. At the LB, proper 12.
Holy Jesus! At the LB in Regina, maybe.
It's Conor McVegas.
Hey,
I thought Saskatoon was a higher class establishment than Regina.
Highfalutin. You
Well,
have
it is.
rivers.
you guys are a bunch of fucking drunken
It's
slobs
just like
down
a
there.
motherfucker too, about there. What I understand,
Say that again. You cut out because your mic is shit.
a bunch of bridges up there too, from what I understand. Shane's on the 40 Creek. You know, Shane, that might be your one redeeming quality. Whoa!
Hope you guys
Francois,
shake.
Did I play ball against you? Did I play fastball against you, Shane? I want to know, like, I know that name, but I cannot put a face on that.
Oh, so Francois says Black Cellar Malt Blanc Merlot.
That is way too fancy for these
Wow.
assholes.
I'm thinking that's wine.
Yeah. Anytime it says Merlot, I'm like, nope.
I'm not a wino, unfortunately.
You know what? I'm a wino when I watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
That show makes me want wine.
thank God that show's over.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, but there
Luke
were some
says, hope you
great
guys meet
boobs
to the
in that
charity
show.
podcaster event in Balmoral, New Brunswick, July 4th. Unfortunately, Luke, I will not be making the charity podcaster event in Balmoral, New Brunswick on July 4th because I have several Maple Seed events that I've already booked myself in for around that date in this area. So
That would be good, though, wouldn't it?
I'd like to hit the charity shoot, but I think
For sure, man.
like next year when it's not in New Brunswick, maybe.
And when the economy's not in the fucking dumper,
And we're not all like sequestered or quarantined
Yeah.
from the COVID.
and we all have higher paying jobs and
Yeah,
huge sponsors for the show. And
that's right.
Sugar mamas.
Yeah.
Don't we have those now?
No,
We have
we have
So, I
green
mean-
gals, but
Yeah.
they are not silver spoon girls.
Shane says Sobeys Old Milwaukee, $20 a case of 15. That's not a case. That's a 15 pack. Anyways, Kelly says, what? Yeah, Kelly, true story. Rick's coming out. I thought you knew this, but Rick is coming out. And I've signed up for the Maple Seeds and the CRPSs while he's here. And we're doing Medicine Hat, I think, on the 5th of July is the current plan. So, oh, this is an excellent question. Wolverine Days. I think we should definitely do Wolverine Days. I think we should definitely try to
it,
get
man.
there. That's in June, isn't it? Usually early June.
Jens just sent that to me. He says, we got to go to this. I'm like, geez, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
no. That takes a whole lot
I
of
usually
money to-
go for the CCFR. So
Damn
I'm
it.
sure if we asked Matt Hipwell of the Hipwell legendary Hipwell family.
Of the Verdon Hipwells.
Yeah. Yeah. The House of Verdon. Yeah.
The beast
I'm
from
sure-
Verdon.
I'm sure Matt will hook us up with a booth or just give us like media credentials or something, because that would be amazing.
Hey, man, let's talk to him. For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oscar says, I am just looking for a woman who can keep me in the lifestyle to which I wish to become accustomed.
Stay single.
Are you looking for a woman in addition to the woman you already have, Oscar, or is there some that way?
Uh-oh.
It's a good question, isn't it?
Bros before
Whoa.
Oh.
She's a nice lady.
bros.
Listen. Well, this is gonna get dark. Let's not start talking about our women. Mine's listening in the other room. So
Oh. Francois says we should all go. I'm assuming he's talking to Wolverine about Wolverine days as opposed to the charity shoot.
Let's do it. Let's get a 108 van and go.
Luke says, "Bummer, you're not coming out." Yeah, sorry, Luke. You know what? How about we meet you halfway at TACCOM in the fall?
hey, that's not a bad idea. Actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
You bet.
Our after party will be called "We're not coming to the charity shoot, so come get drunk with us now."
that's right.
Yeah. But keep your social distance.
Yeah.
Oscar says, "No comment." I figured as much. That's one person we should have as a guest on the show is Oscar. He does a lot of stuff for his club. He's the president, I think, of his club. It'd be actually a good guest to have on for, the
But he
fate-
refuses. We've
He just-
asked him at least twice.
We'll just have to force him this time. But he'd be a good one to comment on. What ranges have to go through for certification, all that kind of stuff, because he's the president of his club, so he has to deal with the CFO.
Yes, sir.
Any idea?
Regularly.
Speaking of CFOs, any idea when the SAS party is going to announce who they're going to put in charge of CFOing in Saskatchewan, or is that on the big, massive pause button until this?
Well, right now it's paused.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So we'll leave it at that.
Kelly's coming to Saskatoon.
Yep. Fuck yeah. You're coming to a Maple Seed. By the way, Kelly, I need you to write down Kurt in for a Maple Seed in Saskatoon when we're there for Saskatoon.
Please.
What about me?
Sean.
Are you coming?
Sure.
Okay.
I still need my rifleman patch, so
Is it possible to speak for two spots in Maple Seed like that? Is that even possible? I'm not sure if I have that authority as a
well, aren't we having one at our range or no?
we are a month
So
later.
I'll have two chances, and if I don't get it, then
Technically, you've already had one chance.
yeah. Time for another, hey?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, what's this? Hey,
Maple Seed in the hat. I'll have to go to that too.
I wish I could make it to TACCOM. Luke says, Oscar goes, more importantly, how do I apply to a Sask CFO? Well, that's an
Get in
excellent,
there.
I think Oscar, here's the criteria for what they're looking for a CFO. You have to be a member of the SAS party. You have to be a licensed firearms owner. And I think they're looking for somebody who is involved in the shooting sports in some way, shape, or form. And they would like somebody with a university education. If you meet all of those criteria, you maybe have a chance. I'm guessing that there's at least 3 of those that you don't, quite qualify for. So, I shouldn't say that. He might be college educated.
School of Art.
He is a pretty sharp dude.
He is.
Yeah, for sure.
He definitely gives me a run for my money at most times. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, burn.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
what'd you do? Get
Sorry.
Out of there.
Sorry.
Get out of there. Fucking clicky.
Oh, make sure your scope's not loose, Sean. Oh!
scope base.
Scope base.
And hopefully it's not 36 degrees that day.
Listen, Francois was saying, he was chiming in here. He wants to go too, but I need to get a 1022.
I'll borrow you a 1022. Dude.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've got
Francois,
lots.
if you want to come
Bring them
to a
all.
Maple Seed event, you can. Somebody will give you a rifle, guaranteed.
Well, that's one thing that we always do as at Maple Seeds is we always make sure that everybody that's there as an IAT or an instructor has at least one in their vehicle as a loaner, right? Doug says, if you're coming to Maple Seed in the Hat, I'll see you there. And I will be there, Doug, come hell or high water. I will be there. And I'm registered for the CRPS the day after as well. So dragging the camper to Medicine Hat. My wife's, one of my wife's high school friends is living in the Hat. And this woman also sang at our wedding, actually, back in 1997. Short. Anyways, so we're going to be probably parking in her backyard and hanging out in Red Cliff, Alberta for the weekend there. So
Very nice.
So, yeah. Francois says I better win that rifle. Well, your chances are better if you get 3 more tomorrow.
There's a slight chance, yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy Oren says Kurt should apply for it. I'm assuming he's meaning that CFO position. Listen, I've been asked. Same thing applies here. I've been asked many times to coach kids ball and kids hockey and that, and I tell everyone, you know what? When the kids start smoking and drinking, then I can coach. And it would go the same for politics, that it's not going to be the kids crying. It'll be the parents crying.
Oscar says, I can join the SAS party. Got the rest.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm in. PM me to show me no more. So Francois says.
Just look it up, dude. Fucking Maple Seed. Go to Project Maple Seed Facebook and go to the Eventbrite link. And
your best bet for getting a spot in Maple Seed event is to go and join Project Maple Seed. Usually, this is usually how it goes. So the Maple Seed people arrange with your club or your local facility to host a Maple Seed, and then the invite link is sent out to the members of that facility first. And then once that they give that for a week, and then it goes to the members that are actually paid members that have joined the Association of Project Maple Seed. It's $35 a year to join Maple Seed. And then it goes to those people for a week. And then after that week, it's then published publicly, and it goes to a public Eventbrite link so that anybody and their dog can sign up for a Maple Seed. So if you want to be notified of Maple Seed events in your area, or you want to, better your chances of getting into a Maple Seed event, then join Project Maple Seed. It's $35 for the year, and you're done. Right? It's a great organization. They need your support.
Mm-hmm.
They get a lot of funding from the CCFR. I think they're always looking for sponsors. If you're a business and you think that Project Maple Seed is something that you could get behind, then by all means, you know what I mean. Reach out to them. It's a great idea. I like it. I'm a firm believer in the program. I think Project Maple Seed is something that should be included in grade 9 gym class. Honestly,
Amen.
Just cause I think the PAL course, hunter safety, and Project Maple Seed should be included in every grade 9 class. And I think if I ever become the king of Western Canada, that would be one of my first degrees.
So you want to become Brad Wall?
No, I want to be better than Brad Wall because that man is a douche.
Tommy Douglas? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, whoa.
I don't know if I'd go that far. Matt says, hey, gents. Hey, Matt. Glad to see that you're able to chat.
Showed up an hour late, fucker.
Well, he was. What the heck did I call that earlier today? So here's the story. Matt Shirley sent me a Facebook message, and then I texted him because he was going to Saskatoon. And he was
Way to stay quarantined, Matt.
That's right. Good job, sir.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything
Spread
you
it
do.
all over.
So Oh, let me see here.
All right, I'm done drinking.
Whoa, that happened relatively quickly. Oh, what the heck did I call it?
This is great radio.
Isn't it though? Dead spot. Warning,
What
3.
are you doing?
So Matt Shirley was going up to Saskatoon, and I decided to box up some stuff to send along with him to give to drop off to deliver to Kurt. And I said, "What the heck is it? Fuck! What the hell did I call it? I swore I said put this in the text. I'm currently looking at my phone to see what
You
What
don't
witty-
say.
which witty comment I used.
Hey, in the meantime, Oren and I were talking yesterday. My buddy Oren, he's an F-class shooter. We're talking about the Saskatchewan.
Oren, who's watching the show now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Saskatchewan Provincial Rifle Association event dates. I've got to look those up and let folks know. I know he gave one date in
Closer
August.
to your mic.
Am I cutting out?
No, you're fine.
You got really quiet there, so I was just saying closer to your mic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, boys. Okay, what about Oren?
Oh, he's just talking about the Saskatchewan, the SPRA match event dates.
That's linked with the DCRA, right? The Dominion Canada Rifle Association. They're a
It's-
subset of that, correct?
That's right. That's exactly right. Excuse me, guys. And we should get. I meant to look that up today. I just got too involved with work and didn't get around to looking that up. But we should probably.
Look at this.
Oh, now look at
All right, you're
video
cut off.
down.
You're cut off. Yeah.
It's not that.
Okay.
Gun
Yes,
Runners
Oren.
Courier Service. There we go. Fuck.
All right.
Matt Shirley. He's the proprietor.
There you go. Rooster, mic to mouth, not mouth to mic. It gets awkward.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
This is not
I don't-
good.
I don't want you having those visions of me at all.
Scopes, do you have the vid? With that cough? Early
I do.
stages.
I think I do have the vid.
John gave it to Kurt via transmission to Matt Shirley.
I told him to put that shit in the freezer.
I sprayed the living fuck out of that stuff when I got here, man.
You did? Good job.
I did.
So here's the story. Okay, so my
I
wife
burned
got
it, too.
ill. She's got like it's either a seasonal cold or something like that, or COVID, right? And so she calls the health region. The health region says, "Yeah, we're not going to test you, but you should isolate for 14 days."
We're gonna condemn you right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I call my boss. I'm like, boss, the health district told my wife to isolate for 14 days, but we've been in contact for like days now, right? And so he's like, well, maybe you should stay home for 14 days as well. So, yesterday the boys started showing some symptoms. He's got a little bit of a fever. He's got a little bit of a cough. He's complaining of a sore throat. So I'm like 98.6% sure that we've got the COVID. And so far, like other than my normal, here's a funny story. Like since October, I've had a general congestion in my head. Every morning I wake up, I have to blow my nose because it's full of snot or whatever else.
Or it could be 70 cigarettes a day.
Maybe. And every 5 or 6 hours, I might go, and I'm like, is that COVID or is it because I've been smoking for 30 years?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So, anyways, I don't think I've been sick yet, but the wife's case is a very mild one. If it's COVID, but yeah.
Scopes, lay off the darts.
Yep. You know what?
You see what he put up there before, though, Sean?
Yeah. Should I go out and lick the hand?
Oh,
Really?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shit.
I'm
over
going to
it.
smoke this whole pack of scope. Pack of
Pack of scope? What is
pack
it?
of Scobie. I'm going to smoke this whole pack in honor of Jeff Scobie.
I wonder what would a pack of scopes be? 20 TR or 20 BR ammunition or what?
Well, here, I have a question for Scobie. Yeah, the strike pay working out for you, buddy?
Ooh.
You're a member. I don't know if he's in scope or out of scope at the CCRL facility, but
Yeah,
how's
he's
Let's not get a union fucking turf war going.
Yeah.
here, you jackass.
well, no, because John's on his side, 100%. It's us.
Oh. I
Anyway.
thought maybe it was an
fucking
interview.
manager. I actually don't know what he does out there. So,
He's a process operator.
okay. So Matt Shirley says, "I need a maple seed rifle. Sure have fingers crossed to win the draw. Y'all are doing well." Matt, funny story. I got offered today 2 10-22s in trade for a CZ223 rifle I have up on the EE on Gun Nuts, and both of those rifles will be for sale, I think, when the time comes. So if this doesn't work, maybe we should raffle off a Ruger 10-22 Deluxe next.
For your own personal gain.
Generously donated by M14 Medic Firearm.
Your one-stop shop for all your M14.
Yeah.
10-22 this time, please. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Oh no, Jeff's locked in at home because he went to the US for an NRL match.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, I was talking to Kelvin yesterday too, and he's in the same boat. He went to Texas for a match and came back, and he's locked in. 10-22 man liquor.
Man
I
liquor.
always
I
thought
was
Shane
gonna
was
say,
a man liquor.
Shane's favorite caliber, man liquor.
Does that got the stable head on it? I mean, forend?
It's got the Vader helmet front sight. And... Okay, we're going off the rails here, boys.
Yeah.
That went dark fast.
If you want to keep your Vader helmet front sights, join the CCFR. I'm not going to read the ad.
No, why not?
No. All right. Membership to the CCFR is $40 and is good for the year. Wouldn't hurt if you bought a shirt, sticker, hat as well. Everything helps. Here's a message from one of our. No, I'm just. Here's the CCFR ad. Check them out. All right. Wow, this show's off the rails.
Hey,
This isolation's getting to us.
yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Maybe a little
cabin
bit.
fever at a whole new level.
God damn it.
Say again.
Yeah,
I actually worked today.
ditto.
Yeah, I did too. That's
Surely.
what's everybody else doing? I wonder. We never really got into that. Everybody's just kind of
For what?
gun thing. Well, just what everybody's doing is some guys still go, some people still going to work, or they working from home, or what's the kind of consensus?
Ooh. Question.
That sounds like a great question for Tuesday's COVID episode.
Or Sunday, the way
Are
we're
we going to
going.
continue to do 3 episodes a week?
No.
I don't know.
Or-
No, we'll go back to one once we're all, back to normal. And I don't know. We're just doing this to satiate the masses. They want to see our face more and more. So
I doubt
Really?
that very much.
Did
But
you- are you like the current fucking prime minister of this country? Yeah, the people of Canada want this. Did you consult with anyone?
yeah.
No. Do you know that anybody wants to see our faces?
just go
Well-
with 3 branded decks of Lapua brass, prime it and load it or size it first, and then load. Thoughts?
Depends on your chamber.
Yep.
Shut up, Siri. God damn
So
it.
my personal belief is if it's a factory chambering, or not factory chambering, but like a normal chamber, not an AI or something like that, just load it and shoot it. If it's an AI, or something like that, where it's a little different than but you're using factory chambering type brass in a chamber that's different than that brass, then you always want to fire form it first. And I fire form with cream of wheat over pistol powder. So that's my advice to Mr. Scobie. If they're shooting like a 6 Creedmoor and you got 6 Creedmoor brass, just shoot the damn thing.
No.
So-
Brand new brass, shoot 3 to 5 rounds and measure average shoulders on the brand new brass, measure them after those firings, and after you fire those 3 to 5, see what the difference is. If you have a proper comparator to measure like the datum line area on the shoulder to get a decent accurate reading. If it's no more than 4 thou, I'd say go ahead and load them up and shoot. If it's more than 4 thou, 5 thou, 6 thou, I had 284 that Lapua from the factory came 12 thou short at the shoulder location. Then my chamber was cut, and if I had fired those, my brass, I guarantee, would have had like without creating a false shoulder, would have had a shorter life, guaranteed.
So Scobie says he's a no neck turn print 6
That's
Creed.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. But where is your shoulder? That's the biggest thing. Where are you? Where is that intersection, or intercept, whatever, the shoulder cartridge, shoulder, chamber? If you, the thing is that firing pin will hit that case, punch it forward. The front of the case will grab the chamber walls first, and all the stretch will happen in the back at the web. That's where you don't want it to happen. If you've got, what do I want to say, slop in the chamber, not necessarily slop in the chamber, but short cases versus.
So that's where you would do the neck up to 6.5 and then neck back down to 6 until
Correct.
you've got a crush fit.
Precisely.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah, precisely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Save it for tomorrow's show.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Shane says he's reloading ammo, working on a Browning trombone. Francis says I'm not able to work because of the government. Fucking government. I have to go write my insurance test to get my license to sell. Otherwise, I can go to my renovation work in Saskatoon because Timber Creek sucks.
Fucking Timber Creek.
Wow.
What's Timber Creek?
I don't know, but fuck those guys.
Yeah.
It sounds
Especially if they're fucking up with Francois. You know.
But if you want to talk about sponsorship, Timber Creek Homes, your
Yeah.
number one.
number one.
All right. Okay, that's enough.
That's his bolo is chinning above the nipples. That's where your shoulder. Oh. Ooh. Oh,
Okay.
Luke speaking
Good
French.
night, my brothers.
Bonne my friend.
Bon nuit, mes frères.
Mes
All right,
frères.
Luke, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, have a good night, guys.
Got me a gun. A really
No, we're
big
using a
gun.
different song.
Great big gun.
Goodbye.